All right, getting a six-pack and keeping it all year round can be a simple and straightforward process. And in this video, I'm going to prove it by giving you a blueprint that's going to help you shred body fat, pack on muscle, and reveal the lean athletic physique that I know you have underneath the body fat. Guys, if you don't know who I am, my name is Jonathan. I went from 250 to 177. I lost over 70 pounds through trial and error. And I make videos like this to give you realistic and effective strategies that actually work, so you have to waste time doing things that don't. So most people would like to walk around with visible abs or like to walk around with a lean athletic physique, or at the least bit get rid of the body fat that they have and fit into the clothes that they desire to do so. A lot of people think it's unattainable, but really what it comes down to is really having a blueprint or a framework that actually works to actually get results. And anytime that we want to burn any amount of body fat, it comes down to calories, macros, and activities. And what I mean by that is calories, we want to control, want to be in a calorie deficit. With macros, we want to focus on protein, fats, and carbs. This is the food that makes up that calorie deficit. And then our activity is going to be the stuff that we do in and out of the gym. Those three things are the core principles when it comes down to fat loss, all right? Now, when it comes down to the game plan that we're going to utilize to shred body fat, to reveal that lean athletic physique and to pack on muscle, it's going to be utilizing calorie control, putting us in a calorie deficit. And then for our activity, we're going to be lifting 3 to 4 days a week. So while you guys are watching this right now, be prepared to screenshot some things, because everything in this video is going to be actionable advice that you can take, implement to start to get results. All right. On top of the lifting 3 to 4 days a week, we're going to be doing some walking, getting our daily steps in. And then we also need to have the mindset of consistency. We need to set the expectation that this is going to take time, but as long as we do these habits, we will get results. Again, the things I just mentioned is our foundation. It reminds me of a Bible verse in Matthew 7, I think it was 24, the wise builder. There's two builders. One person builds their house on sand, and when the waves beat against it, it crumbles down. And the builder who builds his house on a solid foundation. Our solid foundation is going to be our calorie control, us lifting 3 to 4 days a week, and us walking. This is going to be our solid foundation, so we can lose weight once, develop the habits, and never have to lose weight again, because we know how to maintain it and we know how to keep it off. This is our solid foundation. So basically, basic human anatomy is that everybody has abdominal muscles. We all have abs. Every single human being walking the earth right now that can stand upright has abdominal muscles. They're just not showing because we have layers of fat. Two things we need to do, right? Reduce the body fat percentage and do the correct workouts so the abs can pop. And those correct workouts will be lifting in the gym. All right, we're going to get to that here in a second. All right, but to dial in on the stuff that actually matters, that foundation of nutrition, of tracking calories, of eating the right things that can put us in a calorie deficit, that's going to be the core premise of what's going to start us in the process of shredding body fat. And I'm a type of person, me personally, I like to keep things simple. I don't like overcomplicated diets. I don't like overcomplicated recipes. I don't like anything overcomplicated, because if you can break something down to the simplest, minute thing, you have true understanding and you have actionable plans that you can use to go get results. So this is what I like to do to keep things simple, okay? How I kept things simple for me when it came down to nutrition. It's not necessarily about keto, carnivore, all these different things. The main thing, what's the core premise of all those things, is that we just need to be in a calorie deficit. Now, we do this not by guessing, okay? I can tell you to eat a bunch of stuff, but then you'll be craving other things and we'll be guessing. So I recommend everybody download a fitness tracker or a calorie tracker, and then you track your calories. I use MyFitnessPal. Reason I'm going to tell you to track your calories is for this right now. It's an awareness tool, because right now, if you don't track calories, you're guessing. You really don't know if you're in a calorie deficit, because it's all guesswork. You're just, oh, I'm just eating this chicken. I think it's going to help me lose weight. No, I want you to know. I want you to be in a position. If you're watching this right now, I want you to be in a position where you're actually getting results week after week, month after month. I don't want each week and each month to be a guessing game and you hoping that you're going to see progress. The things that we track, the things we manage, are the things that we can actually get results on, okay? So when I say put your food in MyFitnessPal, this is going to allow you to have awareness of what you're putting in your body and if it's putting you in a calorie deficit, if it's setting you up to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week. If we're not, good. Now we need to make an adjustment and we can find out what food is pushing us over. Because if you're struggling to get rid of body fat and you've always struggled to get that lean athletic physique, I 100% guarantee this has been the problem right here. It hasn't been with the workout split. It's been this. It's been this right now. We've been neglecting the work of putting our nutrition under control and getting our nutrition so we can consistently be in a calorie deficit. This is why tracking is important, okay? So on top of tracking our calories and making sure we're in a calorie deficit to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week, we also want to make sure that we are getting enough protein. This could be the second issue here too. Most people that I talk to, you guys severely undereat protein. You underestimate, when I say protein, you underestimate how much protein I'm necessarily talking about. Now, if you Google it, they usually tell you anywhere between 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per body weight. And that could be pretty much be the case. I would just say do 1 gram per body weight just to make it easy. So, if your goal weight, if you're, I'm 5'11", by the way, I'm 5'11". When I was 250, I wanted to get down. My protein intake was anywhere at the low end, 150 to 220 grams of protein. Okay, I kept mine in a range, but really 180 was the target number I try to shoot for every single day. Okay, so again, you can operate in a range like that, or you can look it up. There's plenty of protein calculators that can tell you how much protein you typically need to burn body fat and maintain muscle mass. But the reason why I'm going to drive down on this protein thing and why it matters so much in your nutrition, because again, it's going to keep us full. It's going to help us maintain the muscle mass. And that's going to be important because I'm going to bring that up in just a minute here. And then also it's going to help boost our metabolism, okay? Why I say boost your metabolism, because as we're lifting weights, as we're doing these things, our muscles need to repair themselves. They need protein to do so. Protein is going to help all those things. Anything that has to do with your muscle mass, protein is going to help it. And this is why we need a high protein meal plan anytime that we're approaching fat loss nutrition. All right, so when it comes to fat loss nutrition, like on top of tracking, on top of being consuming high amounts of protein, we want simple, basic meals. And this is like the main point here too. You want simple, basic meals that you like, that are repeatable. Yes, you can eat a bunch of salad and kale and all that quote unquote healthy stuff to lose weight. But let's be honest, if you knew that, why aren't you doing it? Because it's not realistic for you. If it's not realistic for you, don't even bring it up. Don't even bring it up saying, oh, I can eat chicken salad. I can do you. It's not realistic for you. You hate it. So stop. Let's not even play ourselves. Let's find stuff that we actually like. For example, what I mean by find stuff we actually like. When I was 250, I used to love eating burgers. I love burgers, right? Still to this day, I love smash burgers, all that stuff, right? So I had to find an alternative that works. So what I did is find 93% lean ground beef. Who knew they ever had that, right? So 93% lean ground beef, and I started cooking my burgers at home. And I could still either use a regular bun or a low calorie bun and get half the calories I would at a restaurant with twice as much food. This is what I mean by having a simple game plan. It doesn't require a lot. Really, the meal structure that helped me drop over 70 pounds, I'm gonna put it up right here. You just need a lean protein source in one side. I followed this meal structure template. It comes out of my ebook, From Gut to Six Pack, Realistic Guide for a Six Pack Physique. If you want that, the link's gonna be down below. But this right here definitely helped me make better conscious decisions about my food. I asked myself, is a lean protein source? Check. Is it one particular side that I can enter into my MyFitnessPal easily? Check. So again, that's ground beef and potato. That is 3 chicken breasts and some broccoli, right? Fish, and you insert vegetable, right? Real easy. Plug and play meals that you can follow that keep me in the calorie deficit and that help me pack on muscle mass, and they taste good to me. Boom, that's all we need. That's all we need. Nothing fancy, just consistent plans that actually work. All right. Now, when it comes down to the second portion, which is going to be lifting, because this is the part where we build the physique, the athletic physique that we're looking for. This is done by doing lifts in the gym. I want you to focus, and what I typically focused on was full body compound movements. And I got this information from Athlete X back when I was 250 pounds. Athlete X was huge at the time. If you looked anything with fitness, Athlete X would come up in your timeline or on your page or whatever for YouTube. So I definitely binge a lot of his videos, but I got a lot of that full body doing compound lifts and how to do compound lifts from Athlete X. And what I come to find out after months of putting the work in, I focused on squats, deadlifts, bench press, overhead press, anything with a barbell. That's what I focused on, right? I got tremendous results. Now, disclaimer, I did have a prior experience in the gym before lifting. I had muscle mass because I was, in the military, and the military culture, we all lift weights, work out and stuff like that. So I didn't really need a lot of help in terms of knowing what workouts to do, but I needed help in the nutrition aspect. But regardless, doing the full body training, I wasn't doing that before. I was doing like a bro split. doing the full body training definitely helps shred body fat even faster for me on top of being in a calorie deficit, right? And that was strictly barbell exercises. Now, let's just say if you have prior injuries, because right now I have back injuries, shoulder injuries. Let's just say if, barbell exercise hurts you, what are some alternatives? You can always do, dumbbell alternatives. So instead of a bench press, you can do a dumbbell bench press. Instead of a barbell squat, you can do a dumbbell squat, or you can utilize the machines too. The whole point here is just to work all the muscle groups that a compound movement would work, to hit all those muscle groups all on the same day, 3 to 4 days a week, right? That's the whole purpose here. This is going to shred body fat. This is going to help us build muscle all over our body. And if we build muscle all over our body, we increase our metabolism. If we increase our metabolism, we're burning more calories at rest. Everything I'm saying ties in to the next thing. Everything I'm saying ties in hand. Okay, this is why you don't want to neglect any single thing I'm telling you right now. If you're already in a calorie deficit and you know you're in a calorie deficit because you tracked, right? You know you're getting high protein and you know this because you tracked it, and you're doing the full body workouts, you're burning fat, you're building muscle, right? It's a no-brainer. You're going to see results. Okay, we haven't even got down to the next portion, which is even going to get us even more shredded. But if we doing those 3 things, we're already seeing progress, okay? And again, like I said, the whole workout portion can be done 3 to 4 days a week. I would typically, for all these exercises, for like the bench, the squat, the deadlift, the rows, the overhead press, I would typically do 3 sets, 8 to 12 reps for each one of these exercises. And then I would also, again, if you can't do the barbell, like I said, you can find machine alternatives. Same thing, 3 sets, 8 to 12 reps. I'm going to tell you right now, if you're still confused, if you still feel like you might need some additional guidance, guys, I do have a coaching community. We can come up with a workout structure that can get you the results that you're looking for, done for you, nutrition plans, everything else. The link for that is going to be in the comment section. Consider joining the community. And if you're in there, I would like to work with you one-on-one. All right, so we are locked in with our calories. We're locked in with our protein. We're lifting. And then on top of that, the next thing that I have is going to help you get even more shredded and help you burn the body fat even faster. And that is always my daily light activity, daily cardio. It's just going to be walking. Now, everybody's going to be at different levels in their fitness journey when watching this video. But typically what I like to do is to walk on an incline, 10 incline, 3.1 miles an hour. And I do that for 30 to 40 minutes. The reason why, the whole why behind this is because typically how this breaks down on the treadmill math, how the math breaks down, is that it comes down to like 10 calories a minute. So if you're thinking 30 minutes, 300 calories, 40 minutes, 400 calories, this is why I like walking on 10 incline 3.1. For me, it is something where I'm not exhausted. I'll get a good sweat in, but I'm not like completely exhausted after getting off the treadmill, and I burn additional calories on top of everything else we just mentioned. Okay, now let's say if you're not there yet, you're like, hey, I can't, walking on 10 incline 3.1 gets me tired, then fine. Then you just pick an incline that's reasonable for you. But the whole thing is that you're going to break a sweat, but you should not be exhausted, okay? Me telling you to do this daily cardio isn't similar to running, where you're running, you're going to be exerting a lot of energy, you're going to be exhausted. This should mimic a moderate brisk walk, okay, on an incline for a prolonged period of time. The whole benefit behind it is that tomorrow you can wake up and do the same thing again. And the next day you can wake up and do the same thing again. And the next day you can wake up and do the same thing again. This is the whole benefit of you walking daily, or you walking 5-6 days a week, is for this reason here. It's low impact. It doesn't require a lot of athleticism. And if you're doing everything else that I just talked about on top of doing this as well too, you see how it's kind of unreasonable for you not to get to the dream physique that you want to get to. It's almost impossible. I would almost say it'd be almost impossible if you're able-bodied and doing all these things that I talk about for you not to see results. And I think you kind of know that as well too. So the question is, how do you get these daily steps in? Now, I would recommend that you go out and you buy a treadmill. Yep, you go out and you buy a treadmill, put it somewhere in your house that you can't walk past it without, seeing it, okay? That's where it's going to hold you accountable, and you get those daily steps in. If you want to walk outside, that's fine. I don't recommend that because I don't want weather to be a reason why you don't get your steps in. So if you are looking to purchase a treadmill, go on Amazon. I'm not endorsed by none of these people. I'm not endorsing no products, but I'm just telling you so you can hit your goals, that you can get a treadmill or walking pad in your house to help you get to the place that you want to get to. Right? And again, the walking isn't about killing yourself with cardio. It's about you getting consistent daily movement. Right now, if you have struggled to lose weight, I can almost guarantee that either you were not tracking your calories, right? You had no awareness of your calorie control. You weren't consuming enough protein, or you weren't lifting 3 to 4 days a week. Or if you were doing, quote, all those things, you think you were doing all those things, in terms of your daily activity was probably low. Your daily activity is probably low. You're not getting enough steps in. You weren't walking. None of these things were going on, right? And then you wonder why we didn't see the progress that we need to see. Okay. Again, this blueprint that I'm putting out right now is stuff I actually do. I walk around all year round because I follow this exact blueprint that I'm giving y'all right now. Okay. Walk around with a six pack, went from a gut to a six pack. I don't want to hear it's impossible. I don't want to hear it's difficult. All we got to do is follow these things day in and day out, which brings me to my next point of you have to have the appropriate mindset and the expectation that this is going to take some time. But since you just were given the game plan of how you can consistently lose 1 to 2 pounds a week, and I'm saying 1 to 2 pounds a week because the people that I coach one-on-one, that's typically the results that they're seeing right now is 1 to 2 pounds a week lost week after week. They're making progress. So you can do the math on how long it's going to take you to get to the place that you want to get to. Yeah, you see people that can lose it faster or whatever. And some months you are going to have dramatic drops on the scale as well too. But the whole thing here is that we're building a lean athletic physique. I want you to maintain as much muscle mass as possible. There's a difference between losing weight and losing body fat. I'm training you to lose body fat right now because we don't want to just get skinny. We want to have a lean athletic physique. And this is how we do this. We need to have the mindset of take it one day at a time and have the consistent actions and make everything I talked about a daily non-negotiable, or just make it a non-negotiable in your life. What you're going to find out is, okay, and if anybody has lost any amount of weight, they can tell you, what you're going to find out is that this stuff carries into other areas of your life. Okay, I walk into a room, and I'm not saying this to be all like, I'm all that in a bag of chips, but I walk into a room, people automatically say, hey, I know you work out, right? If I'm eating certain food, they say, hey, can I eat that? It's already automatic because, your results kind of speak for themselves, right? You wear certain clothes, the results speak for themselves. Okay, and it carries into other areas of your life because you can be disciplined here, you're going to be disciplined in other areas of your life as well too. And I want that for you. I want you to have the confidence of having that lean, athletic, shredded physique. And there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you aspire for, there's nothing wrong with that. God allowed the human body to look like this. Since he did, and he gave me the ability to do it, I'm doing it. I'm doing it for sure. I'm doing it, right? But again, it's going to carry over to other areas of your life. And let's be real too. On the health note, walking around with excessive amounts of body fat is not going to be good for your joints. It's not good for your arteries. It's not good for any of that stuff. So if you don't want to do it for the shredded physique, you're one of those people that say, I don't care what people think, then do it for the other reason. You know what I mean? Because your kids and your family and people are watching you. Every time you make an outward declaration that you're going to lose some weight and you don't, people are keeping mental notes of that, right? So, and you keep a mental note of that. So follow this blueprint, right? Follow this blueprint, implement it, right? So you can start to see some results. And again, if you guys need additional guidance, you're not around any like-minded people that can help motivate you. You really just don't know what foods fit into a calorie deficit. You have difficulty understanding what workout structure is going to get you the best results. Guys, I would love to work with you one-on-one. Consider joining the Precision Fat Loss community. If you just want to hang out in the community and soak up knowledge, that's what the community is for. If you want to work with me directly one-on-one to help you consistently lose 1 to 2 pounds a week to get you to the place where you can get that lean athletic physique, that's what the community is for. Guys, the link for that is going to be in the comment section down below. Other than that, that's all I got. Stay tuned for the next video.